Hello and welcome. My name is Heather. I'm a registered professional counselor, and today I'm going to be analyzing the most dramatic scenes from Selling the OC Season 1. So let's dive in.
He, tries to make out with the married men in the office.
What? Like, genuinely tried to kiss me.
Ooh, Brittany Snow would not like that.
Yeah.
Alcohol is definitely not an excuse to try to make a move or to kiss someone who is in a relationship or is married, and it seemed like there was multiple attempts. Again, I don't know if this is true. I don't think anyone knows if this is true. It could have just been made up for the reality TV show. Sometimes they have certain storylines and plot lines that they play off to create drama. If it did happen, obviously not okay at all. And I do want to remind everyone that everything I say in these videos are a complete speculation. I do not know any of the characters. I am not in a counseling session with them. I am not diagnosing them from afar. That is unethical. The purpose of these videos is to use the situations from the episodes as a jumping off point to talk about psychology theories in general, relationship dynamics, and also examples of how we can improve our communication skills in our daily lives.
Obviously, my marriage ended by
I was going to say,
third
with your
parties
marriage,
coming
this
in,
is
and it's
something that's
like
very sensitive to you,
every
of
single
course.
time we go out, it's a reminder of like, this is not okay.
And it's understandable that Polly would feel this sense of trigger because it's definitely brought up a lot of feelings about her past marriage. Finding out about your partner cheating or their infidelity is very traumatizing for people, right? Because there's that betrayal, there's that trust that's been broken, and it also brings up just a lot of feelings of, well, what's wrong with me? Why did you have to go, outside of our relationship or marriage to hook up with someone else or to like have that connection with someone else? So it can also impact one's self-esteem. They start questioning whether or not their partner actually loved them, and they start questioning other people's intentions. I can understand why seeing this and witnessing this would be a huge trigger for Polly, but it also signifies that she hasn't really worked through some of the past relational traumas that she had from her marriage, and this is definitely something that can be worked on through counseling or therapy.
She's literally saying no one has to know. That's where
You don't go there.
She said no one has to know. Do you?
Yeah.
There's just a lot of talking behind each other's backs, and that's definitely not okay. So what could be going on in Kayla's mind? Maybe she just got the wrong impression. Maybe she was very heavily influenced by the alcohol. But even if you were drunk, you still have some control over your faculties, like your mental faculties. I know when people are drunk, maybe they'll say things that they normally wouldn't say or do things that they normally wouldn't do, but you still have some level of control. Saying that that person's drunk or they had too much to drink isn't generally an excuse. Maybe Kayla was also just very overwhelmed by everything else that's going on in her life, and she just wasn't really thinking clearly, or she was just thinking like this is a good way to blow off steam. Again, not justifying her behaviors or her actions if that's actually what happened. She, I think, should definitely apologize to Tyler, maybe even to his wife if that is possible, and also to the rest of the office for just, making the dynamics really awkward and weird.
Kayla's coming on to a coworker and a married man. Not okay. Not okay. And putting us all in the middle of it.
It does impact the workplace dynamics because, they are probably going to choose sides. Maybe they're going to try to ignore Kayla from now on. Maybe they're going to try bullying her or create more issues with her because of this. There's already some issues between some of the other coworkers and their views on Kayla, such as like Polly and Alex Hall. They were mentioning how she was just very negative all the time. It does not create for a good, healthy workplace dynamic. If you're enjoying this analysis, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel because it lets me know that you're enjoying this content, and I'll actually make more videos like this.
And out of respect for me, and then, out of the respect that I have for my wife and myself, it's just not something that I need to be around, and I'm just going to separate myself from it.
Tyler could have, made it very clear at the time. Maybe he could have also just set the boundaries in the moment, but maybe he was just really caught off guard, or maybe he was drunk as well, or maybe he was giving off some vibe that he didn't mean to give off. It seems like Tyler was upset by it. It seems like he also seems really reserved about the situation, so maybe there's a part of him that doesn't want to embarrass Kayla, or he doesn't want to bring up more drama, or he just wants to move past past it.
I was shocked when I found out that you were talking about me. About what? The situation with Tyler.
Right.
I just wanted to come to you and, talk about this and figure out what is going on.
I get what Kayla's saying. She doesn't want drama to spread throughout the office, but also drama does spread throughout the office because everyone's going to talk about everyone to each other. That's what everyone tends to do anyways.
Your behavior is a big deal. And that's between me and him. What I don't understand is, why are you involved?
You've done it in front of me, that's why.
Okay.
I'm involved because you've involved me.
That could have been an opportunity for Kayla to have apologized, but instead she said that it's between her and Tyler, which, yeah, sure it is. If she's planning on apologizing to Tyler, then yeah, sure. But the fact is that your actions, your behaviors impact other people, whether you might have done it intentionally or not.
Obviously, seeing this behavior is incredibly triggering. Like, don't take me to a lunch and then not read the room when you're complaining about things.
Polly is understandably upset because it's brought up a lot of feelings and, unresolved issues. It must be incredibly painful for her to have to work with someone who has that intention of wanting to get in between somebody's marriage.
You complaining about the listing and complaining about being alone.
This is also something that a lot of the times people do when they are in arguments or confrontations. It's almost like they're going to court and they're trying to find like every little piece of evidence to just kind of throw against the other person, even though it might not be relevant to what is actually going on. I definitely was expecting Kayla to have a much different reaction to this whole conversation. I thought she would appear more remorseful, and it didn't seem that way. So of course that would trigger Polly further. So I was expecting that conversation to go differently.
You've put me and Polly and other people in this office in very uncomfortable situations, not just Tyler.
I know. I'm horrified. Absolutely horrified. I really am. I'm very embarrassed.
It doesn't seem like you're sorry for what you did. It seems like you're sorry because people found out.
Could have definitely apologized to everyone else that she put them in an awkward situation, or she brought up a lot of these uncomfortable feelings in the office and it might have potentially impacted their workplace dynamics. Absolutely. She could have acknowledged that. She could have apologized and taken ownership for her behaviors, her actions, and just acknowledge and validate what everyone is feeling. But she didn't, and so I think that's also what lends Alex to believe that she's not genuinely sorry. She's just sorry that everyone now knows about it or that she got caught. So I see why Alex would think that, but I mean, I don't know if telling that to Kayla would really solve anything. Again, it's just like, what is the point? Like, what is your goal here? Yeah, maybe it is possible that Kayla isn't that remorseful of what she did to Tyler. I mean, it seems like maybe this could be what is considered crocodile tears, right? Where it's just like she doesn't mean it. And I'm not going to go into like body language and like this like little eye twitch means that she's lying or some, like, no. If we were able to determine successfully that people's facial expressions or body languages are telling us that they're lying or they're being dishonest, then we wouldn't need the justice system. We wouldn't need the courts, because people would just be like, oh yeah, this person raised their shoulder and therefore they're lying about this. They should go to jail. But that's not how the real world works. You can't rely on body language experts to tell you what this person is thinking or feeling. There's no way to actually know with 100% accuracy that it works. If it is, then everyone would be able to tell whether or not someone is lying or what they're thinking and feeling. But no, we can't do that. I think the reason why so many people gravitate towards that type of explanation or that type of pseudoscience is because, we want to understand people. And this is a nice, neat, tidy way of being able to try to read the other person, because that's much sexier and it just is easier to some extent, as opposed to understanding that people and human beings are complex and they're messy, and sometimes we don't really understand them because sometimes people don't even understand themselves how they're feeling. So how could someone else read from like a lip twitch that they're lying or how they're feeling?
All of it is like bad, 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 shit, bad, stop.
So Alex, she's entitled to her own opinion. I don't really know what she's trying to solve here by being able to say that out loud to Kayla. Maybe she's trying to hurt her. Maybe she's trying to prove a point. Now, is there a part of Kayla that really didn't want to talk about this to the whole group? Sure. It makes sense that she didn't want to talk about it because she felt genuinely embarrassed and really remorseful of it and ashamed of her behavior, and she didn't want people to keep bringing it up. She's already dealing with these feelings internally on top of everything else that's going on in her life. And for Kayla, she's trying to express that she's remorseful, she's embarrassed. By being able to express that, it's still not good enough for these other girls, so what else is she gonna do? What are your thoughts around selling the OC? Do you like it better than selling Sunset? Let me know in the comments below.
I guess I try to kiss you or something, and I'm really, really sorry. And I want you to know that you will never be put in that type of situation again. And I really am so sorry.
Overall, the apology seemed sincere, so she did hit on some important key points to an apology. She acknowledged that it was a mistake, what she did was wrong. She did say that she was sorry, that it won't happen again, or she won't put him in that type of situation again. She does appear remorseful or have some feelings of guilt around the situation.
I appreciate you apologizing to me. We are all over each other a little bit, so I actually owe you an apology, and I'm sorry for contributing to that in any way. That's just not something that I should have done.
I think Tyler also did a really good job too, just being open to listening to her apology, open to meeting her one-on-one. He also did something that, that actually really shocked me, which was that he also acknowledged maybe his role that he played into it. We have no idea what happened, so maybe he was being overly flirtatious with her as well, and she got the wrong impression. So it does show that he has that level of emotional maturity to be able to reflect and think upon, like, okay, well, what role did I play? Yeah, maybe I was a little bit flirtatious, or maybe I was also really flirtatious with the other coworkers and she just got the wrong impression.
All I care about is that you're okay, and that your relationship is okay, because my concern.
My wife and I are strong. We communicate. There's no issue between us. Like, nothing happened.
Yeah.
The only thing that I really wish that Kayla delved into is why she did that. It would be important to have a clear understanding of why we do anything. It shows that there's a level of thoughtfulness behind our actions, and we need that in order to really understand ourselves as human beings and be able to understand the motivations behind our actions. If we understand what those motivations are, then we are able to change our behaviors on a much deeper level. Maybe she did delve into that, but they just cut it out because it wasn't interesting or it didn't make it into the final version of the episode. If we ever do apologize, this is definitely a key piece, is to understand why we do the certain things that we do.
I heard that you were at the office and there was some sort of altercation, I guess.
I apologized to all of them for putting them in uncomfortable situations.
Did she apologize?
And that wasn't good enough.
Tyler was the one who brought up the whole altercation between her and the other girls. It's not like she offered that information. It wasn't until after he brought it up that she was just telling him what she experienced. I don't know if she actually did apologize. I think she was just saying that she was really embarrassed about what happened. I don't think she actually genuinely apologized to how they felt or how she impacted the dynamics the same way or on the same level that she's apologizing to Tyler now. Maybe that's also why they just didn't think it was genuine. Maybe that's why they thought that she didn't really mean what she was saying, because they're the ones that had to ask for the apology, essentially. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's a matter of being able to take ownership, take responsibility, and move forward and make changes if necessary or if possible. It's going to be really tough for her just kind of moving through the office because there's just already so much drama between, it seems like, Kayla, Alex, and the other Alexandras, Jarvis and Rose. So it just seems like there's a lot of drama around mostly them, and then maybe a little bit Gino. Make sure to like this video and don't forget to subscribe for more analysis videos like this. If you have any suggestions on shows that I should analyze or watch, please let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, feel free to check out my other Therapist Reviews videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, be kind and love yourself.